Alright guys, sorry neighbor had to stop by to talk to me. So I wanted to stop where I was working so we could pick back up on the video. So here you go. I have the motor off and loose. We're going to check it out on a straightener just to make sure that it's straight. And I have a little bit of suspicions, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what comes out of it, basically. So I undid these two little screws right here with the Phillips. Where are they at? Just put them somewheres with the rest of the stuff. But they're just two little screws that hold that cover on. This is how you're going to start taking all this stuff off to get to it. It might be right here. Here they are. Put them right here with this. So let's go ahead and take this here, take that there. Let's see how much oil. There's no oil in here. I'm going to just set all this stuff in here so we don't lose any of it. There we go. So, do that. Alright, so basically now you're going to need your socket set to, you pull this off, so you get to the, you can also use this video pretty much to access getting to a starter top, to replace the starter, you know, the rope. So you take that off, then you're going to have 3 bolts here, 1, 2, 3. And you're going to have one over here in the underside of the gas tank, right there. So, let's go ahead and hit them real quick, see what we got. We'll take the air filter off too, just to check the condition of it. Not too bad. It's pretty, well, yeah, it's rough. Looks like this mower might have been kept outside the way that this thing, I don't know, maybe not, but that looks to me like mold for moisture. So, throw that there for now. Throw this cover over here. Okay. So let's start taking the gas tank off. You have your 3 bolts here. 1. This is how you pretty much break a motor down to go on a straightener as well. So, you know, if anybody out there watching these videos does small engine repair, I would honestly suggest getting a straightener. I know some places don't agree with straightening cranks. I've straightened them. Never had one break. Never had one, you know, get weakened, you know, to the point like they say. I've straightened some pretty bad ones, and I mean, you can save an engine. Usually you can get them about 90, I would say 98% straight. Put these 2 there. You got one more over here. Get him out. Okay, and all those bolts there should be, I want to say like 5/16 socket. Let me check. I might be off on that, but nope, 5/16 socket is what you need to take care of those. Okay, so now you're going to have everything else here is going to be 3/8. Under here, no. Under here, right there is your bolt to get that gas tank off. Okay, now your gas tank is essentially free. All you have to do is get this line off. So then you take this, pull that, there you go. Gas tank free. You're going to lose a little bit of gas. Let's go and let it do its thing. I'm going to walk this up real quick and put this undercover somewhere. We got some pretty bad rain coming to Maryland. The next 2 days, I don't get to go fishing or do anything, unfortunately. I'll set this under here, that way rain can't bother it, can't get in there, can't affect the gas. It didn't run with a mist, so I'm pretty sure that the gas is good. So let's go ahead and see what we got here, okay? Should have grabbed another oil pan too to dump this oil. So now to get your top off, you're going to have 2 bolts here, one here, one here. You're also going to have 2 more, one here, one here. All those need to come off to get that top off. Alright, there we go. Okay, There we go. So then you get these last two here. I'm just doing this one by hand still. So here and there, and right here. Okay. Alright, so then you just grab the engine, shake a little bit because you want to get this off. That's pretty much what holds all the oil in. Okay, so now we're here. Gotten everything off this motor, but you got oil, so you're going to have to dump that. But before we do that, we're going to check this real quick. This is how we're going to check to see if it's got a sheared key. I don't think it does. I think if it's got a bend, it's going to be a slight bend, just because the vibration wasn't too bad. But a bend is a bend. You know, it also could be the blade, but this is the safest precaution as far as for resale. Plus, I'll run it for 45 minutes. So, at this point, if you were learning how to disassemble the Briggs engine, you know, to get the top off to fix it, there you go. That's all you gotta do. We're gonna go a little bit further. So, let's there we go. Sometimes you gotta go back and forth to get it. And that keyway looks lined up. This motor might not have that bad of a bend. Do you see that? Key does not look out of alignment there at all. Okay, so that looks good. That's fine. We'll put that back together. We'll drain the oil, and then probably tomorrow is when I'm gonna shoot the next video. But what we're gonna do is we'll drain this oil now. Drain this oil now, and now the motor is prepped. It'll go in my shop tonight, and it'll be prepped for tomorrow, since we're gonna have rainy, crappy weather, to basically be put on a straightener, and we'll see if it's straight or not. If it is, then we're looking at either something with the blade or the adapter, but the blade does not look bent either. There's no real massive nicks out of this thing, but if it's vibrating the way it is, at that point I would worry about something becoming loose in the engine. So let's go ahead and get an oil pan real quick, or take this to an oil pan. Make sure it's not too hot. Here we go. All these mowers. So, I just cut my glove up, but it's okay. We're near the end of this anyway, so. There we go. Set this here. Okay, ready? Let's go ahead and let all that oil out. Alright, so we blooded the oil. And that's ready to go on the straightener. Take this one off. It's definitely ready to get back up on that straightener again. I'll just carry it like this around back and lock it up. But basically, in the last two videos, like I said, we're going to shoot, well, it might be a couple more because this thing like does it in 15-minute increments, but we basically showed you how to take apart a Briggs & Stratton, you know, the quantum type motor. I've showed you how to get the top off if you ever have to basically, you know, your rope breaks. And we're gonna try to figure out what's going on with this thing and get it running. Maybe get it running good without a vibration. So tomorrow we'll put it on the straightener, run the gauge on it. We'll see. Might not have anything. It might be that blade adapter. But the funny thing is, usually with these blade adapters, when they're bad, the bow ties will be screwed up with them, and this one's perfect. So I don't know. The only thing I can see is how this thing is kind of banged up in there just a little bit, but not too much. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe it took one hit, the shaft slightly bent. I don't know. I just know that it has a little bit of a pretty good vibration when you pick it up, and it's not a loose frame. The handlebars and stuff are tight, so we'll see. Again, this is John with Proficient Mower, and we'll be shooting tomorrow, which is Saturday the 21st of May, probably with some pretty good rain coming down here in Maryland. So hope everybody else has a good weekend, and I'll get these uploaded this weekend at some point, and we'll figure it out and finish it and clean her up and try to get her going. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a good weekend.